Hi you ones, welcome to reading for today. So today, instead of looking at a fiction text, we're actually going to look at non-fiction. So hopefully you remember what non-fiction means. So that means we might be learning about some facts. So it's going to be some real information. So I do have two books here. And for today, I think I'm going to go with the snake book. Even though I don't love snakes, but my big brother, when he was little, he actually had a pet snake. So I do know a little bit about snakes, so they do interest me a little bit. So that's what we're going to look at today. So when we are reading today, we're going to try and look out and point out the features of a non-text. So hopefully you can remember some from last year, but if not, that's okay. We're going to go over them today.
Alright boys and girls, here is our table of contents, which you'll find at the beginning of a non-fiction text. This is where it shows us the titles of the different, the parts of the non-fiction book. So if you look on the left side are all the names, then on the right where the numbers are, it tells you the page number. So first of all, we might go actually to the very beginning. It's a snake, and if you look along, we can find it on page 4. Let's turn to page 4 and see what it's all about. It's a snake is the title for this page. What is long and round and slides on the ground? What can be fat or thin and has dry, scaly skin? What has a tongue that flicks and eyes that can't blink? For goodness sake, it's a snake! And if you look at the picture of this snake, it might be a bit cut off down the bottom, which I'm sorry about, boys and girls, but it says that this snake, there's a caption, so that's another feature of a non-fiction, and it says it's an Amazon tree boa. A snake is a reptile. Lizards, turtles and crocodiles are reptiles too. All reptiles have tough scales. A snake has stretchy skin between its scales. A reptile's body is always the same temperature as the air around it. To warm up, a snake lies in the sun. To cool down, a snake moves into the shade. All reptiles have bones inside their bodies. Some snakes have more than 1,000 bones. My goodness, that's something that I just learnt today. Snakes have 1,000 bones. Now on this page there actually are a lot of features. Again, we have some captions, so I might read them first. So one caption here says, this snake has eaten a whole egg. So if you look at its body, it looks like the egg's in there. It will crush the egg and spit out the shell. Then this type of snake down the bottom is called an egg snake. Then if we have a look at this, it has actually shown us that this is the skin, so it's labeling it, and then these are the scales. Then if we look over in the top right hand corner of that snake there with all the bones, this is a python skeleton. So it's showing us the structure, what a python skeleton looks like. Then over in the top left, they actually have a feature which isn't always in a non-fiction, but they have a question for us. So it says, what did the hawk order at the ice cream shop? Ooh, this sounds like it's going to be a bit of a joke. And if I turn it around, I can read it says, a milkshake. So I hope you enjoyed that one there, boys and girls. Alright, now we have actually already seen this page, haven't we? It's that table of contents. I've decided to come back here because I don't want to just flick to the next page. I'm going to look down and, this one looks cool, super snakes. So if you can see where it says super snakes, I'm going to move across and I can see I'm going to go to page 18. Alright, and even the next one sounds interesting, snake senses. So from that title, I'm guessing they might be talking about our 5 different senses that we have. And that's the page after. So I might go to page 18 and then I will continue on to page 20. But the heading for this one is Super Snakes. Then if you have a look, there are actually some subheadings. Subheadings are like other small headings. So there's one here called Heaviest, and there's Fastest, Most Poisonous, and Smallest. So let's go back to Heaviest, and it says the green anaconda. A green anaconda can weigh up to 550 pounds. That's as much as a lion. And I am going to guess, and I'm thinking that the snake there that man is holding, and the lady, look, I think 2 people have to hold it, that must be a green anaconda. Then over here it says there are about 2,700 different kinds of snakes. Then there is a caption here that says, beaked sea snake. This deadly snake lives in shallow areas of the Indian Ocean. It can stay underwater for up to 5 hours. Ooh. Then the picture of the snake there is the most poisonous snake. So there it is. There's a picture of it. Then over here we have the fastest, which is the black mamba. A black mamba can travel up to 12 miles per hour. That's twice as fast as most people can run. Ooh, wouldn't want to be close to a black mamba. And then over here we have the smallest. So lesser Antillean thread snake. The lesser Antillean thread snake was discovered in 2001. So if you have a look, that is a coin there. It's an American dollar, but that's okay. But if you picture maybe one of our coins or a 20-cent coin or something, look how small that snake is. Right, so on this page we can see some of those features again. We have our title, which is Snake Senses. Then on the snake over here we have some captions underneath, but on the top there they have labelled the parts of the snake. Now something else that we have forgotten to mention is really important. With most non-fiction books, they do have page numbers. That's going to help you find pages when we go back to that contents page. It helps you find the pages. So Snake Senses, as you can see, it's starting on page 20. So let's read what it is talking about. Says that snakes use their senses to escape from danger. Senses also help snakes hunt for food. Snakes with round pupils hunt during the day. Snakes with long, thin pupils hunt at night. Some snakes smell with their noses, but all snakes smell with their tongues. Their tongues are split at the tip. Oh, so if you look in the picture there, I can see that it's a bit split. This helps them know if they should go left or right. Well, that's pretty cool. A snake's ears are deep inside its head. Sound travels through a snake's bones to its ears. Some snakes have heat pits. They can sense the body heat of other animals. Heat pits help snakes hunt at night. So looking here, they have labelled, so they're showing us where the nostril is. And that's where that heat pit is that we were just learning about. And the pupil, so his eye. And so now reading the caption underneath, it says words. I think they're trying to pretend to be a snake. Pupil is the dark area at the centre of the eye. It lets light into the eye. And next to it, it's telling us what the name of this particular snake is. It is a Aruba rattlesnake. Alright, to finish off, I've brought you to the very back of the story, which is often where you'll find the glossary. So this glossary looks a little bit different. It's called a picture glossary. So there isn't always going to be pictures with a glossary. And if you can remember, a glossary is where sometimes they put some of those tricky words, or they might, the author, so the person who's written this story, might think that you haven't heard of these words before. So I can see, let's pick one of the words like molt. What's up in the top left hand corner in the picture there with it. Molt is when animals molt. They lose their old skin, fur or feathers, for new skin is underneath. So if you look at the picture, it looks like that snake is molting, so it's shedding off its skin. And then looking across, it says hibernate. So some animals rest during the winter. They slow their bodies down to save energy. And as you can see, there are some other pictures and some words there to help describe maybe some tricky words for you.
Hi boys and girls, so we have just finished reading, not the whole book, but some of the pages, and I hope now it has refreshed your memory and you can remember some of our text features. So looking back again and refreshing our mind, we did have our table of contents and remembering what that is used for. Then on our pages, we have our title, which is definitely always bigger than the rest of the text. And then on some of our pages where we have pictures, there is often a caption and even some labelling. So today, when you are reading, we would definitely love for you to try and find a non-fiction book and hopefully maybe you could record yourself or take a picture and voice record and tell us what the features were in your non-fiction text.